Greetings everyone, welcome to video number 35 in the project management series presented by Process Geekoid. Today's agenda will be going over reviewing the PMBOK process table as well as the 30-second process, which is managed communication process. This process occurs at the intersection of the communication knowledge area and executing process group. As always, please subscribe, like, and comment. So let's move forward. As project managers, we spend almost 90% of our time communicating in various dimensions, and managed communications is the act of communicating throughout the project. The communication management plan goes into this process to execute the process of sending appropriate information, such as reports, to appropriate stakeholders in a timely fashion. It is the process of creating, collecting, distributing, storing, retrieving, and the ultimate disposition of project information in accordance to the communication management plan, which uses the communication methods of push, pull, and interactive communication methods. Next, we are going to go over managed communications ITTOs, inputs, tools, techniques, and outputs. For inputs, we have communication management plan, which is an output coming from planned communication management. Then we have work performance reports, which is an output from monitor and control project work that gathers all work performance information from all 9 out of 11 controlling process groups that analyzes raw work performance data in context of the project performance. What I mean by that is we're taking the information, for example, from cost, quality, risk, procurement, and various other areas such as time and quality, and taking that raw observation. For example, let's say that we had schedule delays. That raw observation is going to be interpreted as information. So let's say we had a resource that was sick and that impacts our critical path. That would be a form of raw observation, and the fact that the person's absence is impacting the critical path is an information, work performance information example. So that is basically what we're trying to do, is gather all the pertinent information and compiling them into a report, and that is coming from monitor and control project work. So as you can see, that is one of our inputs. So that's the really important piece, because we're taking that report from monitor and control project work and reporting that information to our stakeholders. Next input is EEFs, things outside of the project team's control. Then we have organization process assets. These are internal policies and procedures such as newsletters, websites, bonus structures, or just general information communications throughout the project. So for example, bonus structures could be incentives for team members. You're going to communicate this in your communication plan and give an incentive during every touch base for your stakeholders to perform at their best, and even a project team. So it could come in the form of templates also. Templates used to do the communications, such as meeting minute templates. Also templates for PowerPoint slides to present to stakeholders. Those also fall under OPAs. Then we have tools and techniques. So again, we have communication technology and communication models and methods, which we have already seen in plan communication management, and we see them here again. So communication methods. We have interactive communication, which is the most efficient way to ensure a common understanding through the use of meetings, phone calls, instant messaging, and video conferencing. Then we have push communication, which ensures that the information is distributed but does not ensure that it actually reached or was understood. So this is an example of an email communication that was just pushed over to the stakeholders, but not everyone might have read it or understood it fully. Then you have pull communication, which is used for large volumes of information or for large audiences to access the content at their discretion, such as downloading from a SharePoint site and in intranet sites. So those are examples of communication methods. Then we have communication models, and this is the most common model we have, and it is a sender-receiver model where the sender is going to encode the message and the receiver decodes the message, and hopefully by decoding the message they have understood it. Otherwise, that means they would send back a response stating that they did not understand the message sent by the sender, and the feedback loop is happening here, as you can see in the slide. Then we've already talked about communication methods. Next we talk about communication technology. We've already talked about how we can use Skype and various other tools to communicate with our stakeholders. Next we have information management systems as a tool or technique. This is nothing but a hard copy or basically electronic document management, communication management tools, and keeping track of all communications in one location. This could be in the form of a shared folder with all the meeting minutes or a SharePoint site, and a system could vary based on the stakeholder needs. Then we have performance reporting, and this is analysis of past performance, project forecast analysis, project status, work completed, work to be completed, and summary of approved changes. So these are all just reporting of how we are doing in terms of the project. This is where we're taking the work performance report input and using tools and techniques for performance reporting, using earned value management and various other techniques in reporting. We get the outputs now where we're going to get project communications. That output communications is going to take that information from the report here and give the pertinent information to our stakeholders in the form of project communications. Then we have project management plan updates. We are updating the communication management plan as well as any other baselines that affect communications as a whole. Then we have project management plan updates and project document updates to the issue log, project schedule, project funding requirements, and then we have OPA updates, which are updates to stakeholder notification, as well as other documents supporting communication needs. The key benefit of this process is that it enables an efficient and effective communication flow between project stakeholders. So we have already talked about communication methods and models. Please review these 2 slides and review those. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and comment.